GA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Henry again on 2nd down. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
A first down carry for Henry. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. From the gun, a give to Mitchell. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 12 more yards there and another first down.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are 1 game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got, and that's a heck of a run right there.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 13-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
2nd down and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Jackson now. Flushed out right. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. From 13 yards out. And the Ravens are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. McCarthy off the play fake. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, McCarthy. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. There go play action. Here's McCarthy. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Running from the gun with Henry. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. To throw is Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cam Smith. And the Dolphins are going to have it here just past the 25. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 74 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And Hill will opt for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Finding space at the 40, and he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Henry up the middle. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Jackson And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. And the Dolphins will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Steps away to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. This one complete. It's Devon Vele. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now they'll shift things around. To the air with McCarthy. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. He'll get that complete to Vele. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. That's taken in left side by Vele. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Here's McCarthy. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. From 8 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Now Jackson. He gets this to Devontae Adams. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. They'll run it again with Henry. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. 3rd and 4. Now it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Dancing to, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And now an audible here into something else. Looking to throw McCarthy. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Going for it, here's McCarthy. On target over the middle to Hill. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain.
23 yards on the play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They still can't get it. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Breaks through the contact. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2. And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. On play action, now McCarthy. Shorts has got it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Throwing is McCarthy. Throw caught by Achane. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a first and goal.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Back to throw. McCarthy. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Jackson from the shotgun. A short throw caught by Andrews. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Jackson to throw. That's complete left side to Bateman. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Jackson now. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Jackson will throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
From the gun on third down, Jackson. Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, as time expires in the first half. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Tucker now to add the point after. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive.
And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football. So instead of forcing it to the sideline, he should go put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
To the air with McCarthy. That is caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Up the middle, Achane. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Open man downfield, it's Vele. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now McCarthy. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. McCarthy off the play fake. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
A check down here for Henry.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Here's Jackson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Dolphins are going to have it here just past the 25. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here's McCarthy. Open man downfield is Hill. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Flush to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
AFC Championship tilt, 3rd quarter of play. This is 2nd and 10.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Third and goal, McCarthy.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Dolphins continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Jackson. Buying time to his left. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Dolphins are going to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
2nd and 9. Achane here. They stay on the ground.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On play action, McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing is McCarthy. Throw caught by Achane.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Here's Mostert.
And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score.
Raheem Mostert.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Steps away to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Looking to throw.
Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry from 21 yards away.
And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Dolphins are going to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Now they'll audible to something else. Second down. Here's Mostert again.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Forced out to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. The quick feet by Jackson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Now Jackson eluding the pressure right. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Davante Adams from 17 yards out.
And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
Middle. Go right here. You change it. Shut up.
Now Jackson.
Flushed out right. And he'll get in for the 2 points as that'll cut the lead down from 11 to 9. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 33.
2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
This is 1st and 10. Throwing, Jackson.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here's Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
One last shot for Jackson. They're looking deep here for Flowers.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Dolphins come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
And all that hard work has paid off. Their AFC